Shalom, shalom, Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Chakadash, the one to the elders, GMS, well. Salutations to you, Akim out there, pushing this word in truth, sincerity, risking your freedom in your life to do so. More so now than ever before, because as you can see, man, we're closer to the end than ever before. So there's going to be a short video, just keep you updated on, current events and things that's happening in this world as of today and how it relates to prophecy. You see, because we're in the time of the end, man. We're in the time of judgment, and we're at a time that the scriptures are speaking even louder than it was before. So, as you can see from the screen, it says, and this is from Newsweek.com, it says, Russian state TV tells Putin to finalize plans for nuclear strike on NATO. Now, if you didn't already know, Putin survived an assassination attempt just recently, I believe, in Crimea, something like that. And I could probably do a video on that situation. And the fact that they tried to assassinate him, showing you that was an act of war, and that whatever he's doing is, affecting him in the worst type of way. So now they want to retaliate against him. This is a video. I'm not going to play it for the audio's sake, but I'm going to read what's taking place. And it says, a Russian state TV commentator on Thursday called on President Vladimir Putin to form a plan for a nuclear attack against NATO. Now, even though NATO is a North American Treaty Association, organization, which comprised of the superpowers of Edom in the North. The North countries, okay, which the scriptures call the North country, and it's spearheaded by America's hegemony, which is America's leadership, which kind of spearheads, taking judgment on these nations, being a hammer of the whole earth. So it says, in a video posted to Twitter by Francis Scar of BBC News, Igor Korotchenko spoke about the ongoing war between Russia and the Ukraine on Moscow's state-run TV channel 1. We may encounter direct nuclear blackmail against Russia because American tactical nuclear weapons are now located at a number of NATO air bases, and the formats of their use in combat envision the transfer to NATO countries with air power of free-falling American modernized nuclear bombs for hitting Russian territory, Korotchenko said in the translated version of the video. And as you can see from the tweet, it says they're talking about tactical nukes on Russian state TV again. Igor Korotchenko says the time has come for us to hold drills for practicing scenarios in which Russian tactical nuclear weapons are used. We will soon be issued with a direct nuclear ultimatum from NATO. Telling you, man, it's getting up, man. We at the closest to this time, man. We're getting up. I know it's been a while, but as you can see, man, it's happening. So Joel 3, verse 9, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Gentiles in this context is are heathen nations, okay? Not Israelite foreigners. This is the heathen nation. Now, the heathen nations comprise of every nation outside the nation of Israel, which is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusion of faith within that heritage scattered amongst the world. You are the Israelites the Bible speak of. You are the children of God. You are the children of Most High. And all these things are happening because of what happened to you. All right? But it says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, the heathen nations. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the wind of war draw near. Let them come up. Now, the only difference about this situation is the fact that this is figuratively speaking of them preparing themselves for war. Not like in the ancient time where, you would get your shields, you get your swords, you get your, your armor together. All right. You get how many men you have in your armory, your cavalry. Okay. Who's the infantry? Who's the Navy ships? You see what I'm saying? Who's going to be a arrowsmith, not a smith? Who's going to be the archers? you know, all skilled men of war to draw to a battlefield. This time it's going to be, all right, do you have enough uranium to propel this nuclear warhead? All right, do you have a thing where you know it can hit its targets? How many warheads do we have? Because this war is going to be fought differently than other wars in the ancient time. This is going to be fought with nuclear war. I'm going to jump down, verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Bringing the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the breast is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All right? And as, it's talking about in the Middle East. And that's exactly where this war is taking place, over there by Russia and Ukraine, and the NATO majority of the NATO countries are in the east, all right, or we consider the east, countries surrounding Jerusalem, but not too far from Jerusalem. It says Zechariah 14:12, and this should be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, whether been afflicting us through slavery, through oppression. This is going to be the plague where the Most High is going to smite you with. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. The only object able to do that is thermonuclear war. This is Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. You see, and that's what it's talking about. Eventually, there will be a nuclear war, all right? And we just got to occupy until that time comes, because as it looks, man, we right at the door. And it says, continuing on, it says, well, evidently the time has come for us to perhaps, I've already said this, to hold drills for practicing the scenarios in which Russian tactical nuclear weapons are used. It's just that when we encounter NATO's nuclear blackmail, we shouldn't be running around thinking about how to respond. I propose that a nuclear planning ground be set up under the Security Council in order to determine our aims and objectives, including of the eventuality of us having to react in this way, which of NATO's critical infrastructure facilities, which units and headquarters may be targets for a strike, since we will soon be issued with a direct nuclear ultimatum by a NATO alliance. Korotchenko added. The remarks by Korotchenko come as Ukrainian armed forces continue to push back and attempt to retake control of territory under Russian control. In a defense update on Thursday, the UK Ministry of Defense said Ukrainian forces continue to consolidate their control of newly liberated areas of Kharkiv Oblast. Russian forces have largely withdrawn from the area of the West Oskil River. So, I mean, it's a little more to it, but it's pretty much telling you, man, and this is the comment section. Most people don't think it's a possibility of it happening, but the scriptures clearly tell you it's going to be reality. So, I'm just giving you an update after the situation with Vladimir Putin, and Lord willing, I'll do a video on that, because it's getting real heated. Anytime they go to assassinate a president or a king of a country, that's a threat of war. So, until next video, shalom.